This book is called A Tree for Emmy. It's by Marianne Rodman, illustrated by Tana Mai Weiss. Hope I said that right. They're their names. And this is about a mimosa tree, which reminds me of playing in the trees at my mama and papa's house in Mississippi. You'll find a lot of these trees throughout the South, and at the end of the video I'm going to give you a little description of more about the kind of tree if you want to grow it or if you just want to know more about it. So, Tree for Emmy. Here she is running through the grass. Emmy loved all kinds of trees. Oak trees with acorns, pine trees with cones, willows with long swishy branches, but best of all, Emmy loved the mimosa tree in Grandma's pasture. In spring, Emmy swung from the tree's strong, low branches. "Look at me," she shouted. "I'm a possum swinging by my tail." "I declare, Emmy," said Grandma, "that old tree is a lot like you, stubborn and strong and a little bit wild." Mimosa trees are very good for climbing. In summer, the tree was covered with fuzzy pink blossoms. Emmy put one blossom over each ear. "Look at me," she called. "I'm a fuzzy bug with pink buggy feelers." She turned herself into a butterfly with her imagination. In fall, the tree's seed pods covered the ground. When Emmy shook them, the pods rattled like maracas. my tree, my beautiful tree," Emmy sang. She danced around the pasture, shaking the pods, stubborn and strong and a little bit wild, just like me. My grandma might have said that about me too. Emmy's yard didn't have a mimosa tree. It had willows and oaks and pines. "They're nice," Emmy said, "but they're not stubborn and wild. They're not like me." So what do you think she wants? Emmy's birthday came in the summer. "I want a mimosa tree for my birthday," she said. "What would you do with it?" asked Mama. "Love it and water it and play with it," said Emmy. "Okay then," said Daddy, "let's go buy a mimosa tree." But buying a mimosa tree was not so easy. "A mimosa," said the man at the garden store. "We don't have any of those." "Why not?" asked Emmy. "Mimosas grow wild. We don't sell them." "Why not?" asked Emmy. "You don't buy wildflowers, do you, young lady?" said the man. "Stores don't sell clover and dandelions." "Clover and dandelions are pretty," Emmy said. Well, I'll just tell you right now that I've bought clover seed, so stores do sell it now, and they also sell mimosa trees. I Googled it after I read this book. You can buy them, but you can also dig them up in the woods. "Sorry," said the lady at the next shop. "No one sells wild trees." "But it's going to be my birthday present," said Emmy. The lady smiled. "We have plum trees and peach trees, sweetie. They will give you nice fruit." "But they don't have fuzzy pink flowers," said Emmy. "Here is a tulip tree," said the lady. "It has lovely pink blossoms in the spring." "Are they fuzzy?" asked Emmy. "No," said the lady. "Do they have rattly seed pods that shake, shake, shake?" asked Emmy. "No," said the lady. "Pink fuzz and seed pods make a dreadful mess. I'm sure your parents wouldn't want that." "We want what Emmy wants," said Daddy. "Come on, Emmy. We'll find something else for your birthday." She doesn't get her mimosa tree. "I don't want something else," said Emmy. Mama hugged her. "I know, honey, but we can't find your tree right now. Just for today, could you visit Grandma's tree?" "I guess," sighed Emmy. At Grandma's, she ran straight to her favorite tree and gave it a hug. "Dumb old stores," said Emmy. "No mimosas, no fair." She flopped down on the tree and squeezed her eyes shut to keep in the tears. Sometimes you get disappointed even on your birthday, especially when it's something you really wanted. and your parents and you can't find it. Something touched Emmy's nose. What do you think it is? She opened her eyes. A big weed was tickling her face. No, it wasn't a weed. With that long stem and those feathery green leaves, it looked like, wait a minute, could it be? What do you think? What do you think? Is it a baby tree? It was a mimosa tree! She's so excited. Emmy ran to get Mama and Daddy and Grandma. My, said Grandma, peering down. That's a mimosa, all right. A baby one, but a tree all the same. Can I have it, Grandma begged Emmy, for my birthday, please? What do you think Grandma's going to say? Of course she's going to say yes. Why, surely, said Grandma. So Grandma and Emmy set to work. Carefully, they dug up the tiny tree. Emmy wrapped the roots in wet newspaper so they wouldn't dry out. Then they put the mimosa in a big tomato can for the trip home. They're going to transplant it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Emmy scouted the yard for a special place for her tree. Under my window, she decided, so I can see it all the time. Emmy and her parents dug a hole for the little tree. I can't wait for fuzzy pink flowers and rattly seed pods, said Emmy. When will that be? Emmy, honey, it's just a baby tree, said Mama. It won't have flowers or pods for quite a spell. It won't, said Emmy. No, said Mama. No fair, yelled Emmy. Dumb old tree. She ran to her room and flopped on the bed. She buried her head in her pillow and wished for a tree like Grandma, stubborn and strong and tall. Emmy's having a rough day. She just wanted a tree with fuzzy pink flowers and seed pods. Chung, chung, chung. Emmy sat up and looked out the window. Daddy was cutting the grass. Soon he would be under her window. She ran outside. Daddy, she shouted, waving her arms. Daddy turned off the lawnmower. My tree, said Emmy. You're going to mow over it. Said Daddy. You mean the dumb old tree? Emmy looked down at her tiny tree. It can't help being small, she said. It will grow someday if I water it and love it and keep it safe. Sometimes you have to be patient to get what you want. I suppose so, Daddy said. Why don't we build it a fence? So Emmy and her Daddy made a stick and string fence all around the tree. Now it can grow, said Emmy. Till then I can pick pink blossoms off Grandma's tree. Now it's protected from the lawnmower, maybe the dog. But someday soon, Emmy knew her baby tree would grow up tall, stubborn and strong, and a little bit wild, just like her. All right, stay tuned and I will tell you a little bit and show you a mimosa tree that's right around the corner from my house. Pretty cool. I didn't even know it was there until the fuzzy pink blossoms started coming out. And now that I've seen it, I'm seeing them everywhere in Virginia. Wow. Hold on just a sec. Let's go check it out. This is a mimosa tree like the one in the book. They're originally from Asia, so they were imported. They grow very fast, and just like all trees, they have their pros and cons. One of the pros is they grow fast. They can grow up to 5 feet in a year. So in the book, Emmy said she knew her tree would grow tall, and it will. It'll grow fast and tall. Some of the cons are they have seed pods, and as you can see, they make this mess all over the ground. Some people don't like that. I do remember that there were mimosa trees in my mama's yard, and we like to climb on them just like Emmy did, and they are very romantic and fairy-like. Some people consider them an invasive species and tell you not to grow them, and apparently they can die quickly and are also prone to diseases. So you have to make your own choice. But in the book, Emmy really liked it for the fluffy pink flowers, so I'm going to give you a close-up. They have very distinctive flowers on them. It's been raining today. I just pulled it down a little bit. And also the leaves. When you break them off, I'll see if I can break off a little branch, the leaves start to cool up, which is kind of cool too. Let me show you. I don't know how long it'll take for it to do, but as the leaf starts to dry up, it kind of curls up on itself because it's disconnected from its water source. We used to skim the leaves off and throw them at each other, which was kind of fun, like nature's confetti. The other issue with them that people complained about is they have these big seed pods in the fall, and so they propagate. Those seed pods fall and these trees will grow everywhere, except the one guy in the article said where you want them to, which is kind of funny. It does look like a very exotic Asian tree to me. Well, it took a full 24 hours, but you can see the leaves are starting to close up, and they just kind of, when it doesn't have any more water source, it's not attached to the stem anymore, and the leaves are kind of closing up. I hope you enjoyed this little video on the mimosa tree and some info on the mimosa, and that you enjoyed the book. Thank you for learning with Miss Roseberry. See you next time.